Hey you guys, we recently hit 10,000 subscribers. In celebration of that, I thought I would do a breakdown on myself and tell you how I got to where I am today. I'm not going to have too much footage going on in the background. I hope that's not too boring. Most of you guys know I like to keep my privacy, so I'll probably just have some random footage running in the background. Hope that's okay. Anyways, so ever since I was a kid, I remember having Kingdom Hearts 1. I don't remember why or when we got it, but I assume it was because they were Disney characters. My parents actually didn't like Final Fantasy, so I probably would have never played this series if they knew some of the characters were included. I loved this game. I'd played it all the time, though I'm almost positive I got stuck in Deep Jungle and quit multiple times, because that first whole section I know really well, and then Agrabah onwards is really fuzzy for me. We also had the strategy guide for the game, which I probably bought when I couldn't get past the jungle area, and I distinctly remember this gummy ship creation segment in there. It felt like whoever wrote the guide was super proud of their gummy creation and used that section to talk about how awesome their gummy ship was. Anyways, the original Kingdom Hearts game was the only one I played for a long time since we couldn't afford a Game Boy Advance to play Chain of Memories. I think it wasn't until years later when I found a Game Boy Advance emulator that I stumbled onto Chain of Memories. I thought it was a remake since you went back to the same area as you did in the original. I know I had rechains somehow, but I don't know if I ever played through the whole thing. But I do remember playing a little bit of it and being so confused. When Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, my older brother picked it up, but my parents saw that there was blood or alcohol in it, I think. Anyways, they didn't let me play it or even watch my brother play it for a long time. I think the first time I played it was at my grandparents' house actually, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't really know what was going on. There were these new characters, and I was confused by the main character not being Sora at the beginning. So yeah, it was weird. But now Roxas is my favorite character. So there you go. Now that I'm looking back at all this, Kingdom Hearts was in my life in one way or another through most of it. I grew to love Roxas and wanted to play through 58 over 2 days so badly. I eventually played an emulator, but at that point DS emulators were not good at all. Also, the family computer was barely able to handle anything, so I'm pretty sure I played the game with a bunch of lag and such a low frame rate. It was probably 15, if that's even playable. I played it through and hated it. I stopped playing Kingdom Hearts games for a good couple years after that, I think, until my 15th birthday. I had heard about Birth by Sleep, but was confused as to why there was an entirely new cast of characters, so I didn't really touch that one. I also didn't have a PSP, and my computer could not even try to handle that. So anyways, when I was growing up, on my birthday we would have a party where we stayed up all night and played video games or watched movies with friends. And I distinctly remember my 15th birthday that I randomly picked up Kingdom Hearts 2 again. I was playing around with Valor Form and just randomly leveled up, and I was like, what the heck? And then I spent the rest of that night trying to level up all the other forms, but I didn't read the status menu, and so I was just attacking enemies and thinking that was gonna level me up. So that was a fun night. I didn't talk to anybody that entire night. I just played Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh man. It's kind of crazy to think about how much history I've had with this series. Throughout most of my high school years though, I kind of stopped playing video games. My older brother actually used to make music, and in high school he had upgraded his setup and left me his old equipment. I also used to take drum lessons, and my teacher owned a recording studio that they let me work in. So throughout my high school years, I made music, and then eventually I got a job. I do remember though there was this GameStop right across from my work. And one day I decided to just walk in and look around because I used to love video games, and so I was like, hey, I actually have some pocket change, so let's look around. So this was around senior year of high school, I believe. And I remember seeing Kingdom Hearts Final Mix on the shelves and being struck with such a strong sense of nostalgia. So I bought a used PS3 and Kingdom Hearts Final Mix and started getting back into the game I loved as a kid. I got back into gaming so hard. I'd stay up late and just fly through game after game. At some point I picked up Bioshock and fell in love with that series. Bioshock Infinite was actually the first game I platinumed, I think, and it sent me on this whole long path through probably the end of high school and all of college. I was platinuming games like Tales of Symphonia, Bioshock Infinite, Kingdom Hearts series. I think I did Uncharted. Anyway, I did just any game I could get my hands on. When I finished the game, I would just go back and try to get all of the trophies. It was a problem. But anyways, where was I at? Oh, yeah. So Bioshock Infinite was kind of how I came up with my Scream name. I mashed together my favorite game series, Bioshock, and my favorite character, Roxas, to make Bio-Roxas. This was also around the same time that I met my wife. We had actually met when I first started making music since we were both homeschooled, and I happened to go to our cohort meetup. The only memory she has of me, though, is me trying to force her to listen to all of my terrible music. Anyways, we went on our first date this summer after my senior year, right before college. I hadn't started YouTube yet at this point, And I think I was about a year and a half in when we actually did start a Let's Play channel, me and my twin brother. My brother was working on a horror game and actually went to a convention or two to present while he was developing it. It was really cool. I got to actually make some of the music for that, which was so much fun. But some of you guys actually know my twin brother. He goes by the name WaterKH. Anyways, we played a ton of horror games on the channel, and we were going to post updates of the development of the game he was working on. We didn't really get anywhere with Let's Play content since, like, everyone and their mother do Let's Play content. But during all of this, my brother got started back into Black Ops Zombies. More specifically, the ciphers in that series. There was one particular cipher that hadn't been solved for years due to a typo, I think. My brother worked on this tirelessly trying to solve it and started gaining a following online. We eventually gained about 100 subscribers on the channel, which I forgot to mention what it used to be called, Vigilus Gaming, which no one can spell and no one can pronounce. I think it was supposed to be Latin or something for Sleepless Gaming. But anyways, we posted Let's Plays and Zombies content for about a year. During that, I did a video on the first stream of Kingdom Hearts, as well as a theory on how much Ventus influenced Sora, since a lot of their animations lined up. It's actually funny to look back and see, like, even back then I was interested in these, like, smaller details in Kingdom Hearts, even though that was, like, I feel like it's a pretty basic thing to catch on to. But still, like, it's funny that I'm still, like, doing similar kind of work where I look at animations and match them up with other stuff. It wasn't until the summer after Black Ops 3 Zombies had just gotten a bunch of remastered maps that the channel really started. A couple people came to a live stream I did for some of the maps, and from there I decided on a whim to go back to Kingdom Hearts 2. My brother WaterKH had also started on some other projects, so I started making content by myself. I started to gain viewers through that Kingdom Hearts stream, one of them actually being Mr. Matthews, who still moderates for me today, which is so cool. Love you, Maddie. I started making some theories for Kingdom Hearts, and it quickly became the main focus of the channel. My first real breakthrough on the channel was when I released my first form analysis on Second Form. I noticed in the orchestra trailer that a lot of the attacks were callbacks to previous games, and decided to do a video pointing out all the things I had noticed. It was received pretty well, so I decided to keep working on all of the other forms. Mr. Matthews keyed me into how there seemed to be a similarity between the power, speed, and magic triangle seen in the Union Cross mobile game and the different forms seen in the trailers for Kingdom Hearts 3. So I theorized about a speed form being in the game. That was the next big video, I think, and it was so cool to see that theory come true with the E3 trailers we got that summer. I remember my wife and I had gone to the store, and all of a sudden my phone started blowing up because the trailer had just dropped. I want to say that was the Xbox conference, and I wasn't like expecting anything from that because they might have just confirmed it, or we might have had like suspicions that it was for Xbox. I can't remember honestly, but I was just like, nah, it's fine. Like the PS4 conference or Sony conference, whatever it was, is like later tonight. I'll go to the store now and get everything I need and then come back. So it was just crazy that we left and then all of a sudden like all this stuff started happening. Speaking of my wife, we had just gotten married the winter before, so she had stuck with me through all of my college years and put up with all my dumb YouTube shenanigans, so of course I had to ask her to marry me. Seriously, this channel would not be here without her. My next big breakthrough where I started to gain some recognition in the community was the winter before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. I've been trying to find somewhere close where the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo would be at, and I almost bought tickets to this concert where this PS4 trailer was supposed to have the demo, but someone had bugged it out or something and gotten to a new area, so it was pulled off the truck. Then I found an event at Disney Springs. Somehow my wife was fine with us driving for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to go to this event where I would get to play the demo for like 15 minutes. Seriously guys, she is like the reason I'm here. She didn't complain when I dragged her through the line again and again and again, or when I asked her to record footage for me so I could analyze it later. So she's fantastic. I love her so much. This was also right after my first semester in my graduate program. I was exhausted all the time at this point, and you can probably hear it in all my old videos. I was working at this awful job that I'm still at, sadly, at my school while taking a full class load. Anyways, I had taken requests from everyone in my Discord server, as well as in my comments, and put together a video of all my testing. And Project Asadi actually shared it. Then I started working on putting all my findings from the form analyses I'd been working on into one giant video. That pushed me into 1,000 subscribers right before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. From there, I started working on form change breakdowns, and a couple of them gained a lot of traction, especially Ultimate Form. I still remember I just released that Welcome to Critical Mode meme and the Ultimate Form video pretty close together, and my channel just exploded after that. Moved on to Dry Forms and got to work with Sword Island 1 on Final Form, and then did the Command and Link styles, all the while getting more and more subscribers. And now we've hit 10,000 subscribers, which is insane. I've been able to work with so many amazing content creators and make some really close friends, as well as get to do some amazing charity events, and it's all thanks to you guys. I tried to give as much info as I could, but I still ended up glossing over a ton of details, but that's most of my journey up to this point. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for me and this channel. My wife and I are expecting a baby in less than 2 months, Remind is coming out, and I am planning to start covering other games. Of course, Kingdom Hearts will always be a cornerstone of this channel, just like it has in my life. It's not going anywhere, but I am so excited to cover games like Persona 5 Strikers or the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown on me. I didn't really know what to include, so it may feel like a stream of consciousness kind of video. But anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you again for 10,000 subscribers, and I'll see you in the next video.